I'm sorry, guys. I thought the stream had started this whole time. I was talking to myself. So sorry. I'm new to streaming on YouTube. I thought it was streaming. Thanks for saying something. I honestly thought I was streaming this whole time. So let me restart. I was talking to myself for the last like 15 minutes. Sorry. Um, that explains a lot. Okay. I'm like, yeah, they're so quiet. No one's answering my questions. Um, so what's been happening is I have a few submissions today. So I currently have about 5 submissions for the game art redraws. And I was asking earlier when no one heard me, which one I should do. If I should do the one on the left or the one on the right. And since no one said anything, I decided to do the one on the left. And I was talking about some of the design decisions that I know. Definitely me talking to a wall. Just having a good time by myself. Sorry guys. So sorry. So yeah, I went with the design on the left. And I was trying to explain how I can only do maybe... I'll start from the beginning. I want to talk about a few things I wanted to change about this design. How I felt that there were too many elements that were similar in width. Like these arms and these legs seem pretty similar. And so I want to change that up. I also, even like the body width and then the head width, they're very similar. So it makes everything very uniform. And so I want to exaggerate some of the elements of this drawing so it feels more dynamic in appearance. I also made a note how there are 2 main distinct elements on this character, which is this tuft of fur here, and then this symbol down here. And because they're so close in proximity, they kind of compete for attention. So what I'm trying to explain is I want to just focus on the tuft of fur and leave this part out. If we were going to include this part, we're gonna have to include additional elements to this design, like I can make it a waistband and then add the design here, but then it kind of kept things off balance if I undo. So just adding a few more elements like some armbands or some boots, it kind of helps tie the whole design more together. Yeah, Adventure Time also has that kind of like uniform limb length, and it has a lot of similar characteristics to Adventure Time characters for sure. And that show looks great. I like the art style in Adventure Time a lot. So you're all caught up now, guys. Sorry. Thanks for saying something about the stream not being started. Because I was like, why is everyone so quiet? What's happening? I guess everyone just vibing. Thanks for hanging out until that was sorted. That's embarrassing. Because this is the first time that I scheduled a stream. Usually I just go live directly from YouTube. And I want to try to schedule something instead this time. And now I know how it works. Before I was a little confused. So I'm gonna undo the changes we made because I think sticking with, I don't want to add too much to this design. I'd rather take a couple things away than add a bunch of new stuff. At least for now. So this is what we're gonna go with. I'm glad he said something, Solomon. I might not have realized, like, who knows how long. I'm glad he said something. But I will not forget this moment that I actually need to hit the like button after hitting stream on my OBS. Thanks, Bookful Yogi. Thank you. So you guys missed some of this process, but it's okay. I think I'm gonna redraw this character again from like a 3/4 profile, similar to what we see here on the original character. So I'm just gonna duplicate it, and then I'm going to just make some slight manipulations. I'm actually going to, yeah, let's just drag some stuff around. The cool thing about round faces is that you can very easily, here's what I'm gonna do actually. I'm gonna paint white behind it so I can manipulate some of these elements a little easier. Hey Tiny, how's it going? Yeah, we're doing your character today. Yeah, so Tiny, I explained the changes earlier. If you want to like rewind the stream, you can definitely see why I made the changes I did. Okay, if you guys want to experiment with more patterns and designs, we can do that. Do you guys want to see this character a bit more fleshed out with more design elements, or should we just keep it with the fur? Hey Josh, how's it going? So let's try this. I'm gonna create a poll and see what you guys think. Okay, so if you guys want to... Alright, let's see. Okay, so Solomon feels like maybe doesn't feel like a main character enough, being simple. We could add things to make it feel more like a protagonist character. Hey Jamil, thanks for dropping by. I'm glad that you found this channel. It's a pretty even split. Wow, okay. I'll keep the stream the poll open for a little bit longer, a few more minutes, and we'll see if it changes at all. But keeping it simple seems to be the way to go. I'll tell you what, I'll have the design on this side. What I might do if I were to go a bit more detailed. Like something that you guys didn't see me do earlier because I forgot to hit live was saying how this character is in a game where there is a lot of running, so he is a very fast character. So having some kind of trailing element behind him could be cool, like having a scarf or something. So we could just lean into like this cool, edgy protagonist kind of character and like just do the every cool character have a scarf kind of situation. If that's always a possibility, that's always an option. Give a character a scarf, make them 20 times cooler. We could try to give him shoes. So let's give this a try. I gave him some boots earlier. Can bring those back. I was thinking that too, like maybe we can make the fur really huge to cover the face. Okay. It's gonna look like a beard if we go too big. But we can make it a little bit bigger. Make it too big, it's gonna feel like a beard. Alright, perfect, you're caught up, Tiny. So I want to actually keep it the same size, but what I was thinking earlier is that if I did give a few more elements, what could we do? Okay. Those are the kind of shoes you're talking about. So we can make the shoes bigger. Sonic does have those like those cuffs on his shoes. Kind of like you would see a lot of gloves have. So let's give that a shot. Lemon says kind of like the kid version of the main character from the short character called One Small Step. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, Tiny likes the cuffs in the shoes. Okay. So that's a winner. Any other ideas, guys, what we can do with this? What are you guys thinking? cuffs on the hands too. Okay. Let's give that a shot. It's gonna help give it a more interesting silhouette as well, so that can be good. I'm not sure if I want the hands to be this bulky, but you can always test it. I thought about adding a scarf slime. And I'm really tempted because it's just like an easy way to make something kind of more interesting, adding a scarf. So we'll see if we end up doing it, but I'm tempted. Scarves are tricky to animate. I guess, yeah, especially if you're not doing like bone-based animation, it is kind of a pain. Yeah, scarves are tricky. Is that why your character doesn't have a tail either, Tiny? Or is this like this part of the design not to have a tail? Okay, it's about the story. Gotcha. So keep the tail out. Oh, you forgot originally? That's funny. Well, now it's part of the story. Let's see. Any other ideas before we... Yeah, so like, I guess at this point, we might be able to get away with adding the hole back in the stomach, but we probably need to add something here to help tie it together. Is the hole supposed to be... What is the hole supposed to represent in his stomach? Maybe that's gonna help me design something. A bunny tail could be interesting, okay. Okay. It's a race of cats where they get their power. Okay. It's like a furnace. It's gonna be tricky. Because the main thing that we have to decide is how much attention are we going to try to bring towards that? And is it worth bringing the player's attention towards that spot? more than it's worth like bringing attention somewhere else, like the face or the hands, or how much, what's the word I want to use? Like, I think you get what I'm trying to say though. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have it viewable from the back, that solves that problem. And also answers the question of like how much attention do you want to give it? The bunny tail could be the black circle. If I move it to the chest area, it's going to compete too much with the fur. Like, that's the main issue that we have. There isn't too much real estate here. These are two elements that are going to compete for attention. Okay, so if we're okay with the location being somewhere else, I mean, like, the head is like the easiest place because it has the most real estate that we can play with. If you want it visible on the character at all times, like, this is going to be the easiest thing that we can do. And also gives it the kind of like nobility and royalty as like having a crown. So this is like a god character, then I think that's a good place for it. Okay, so Tiny likes that idea. Sailor Moon? Don't hate on Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is the GOAT. It does feel a little more, yeah. The cat from Sailor Moon. Alright, so Tiny thinks it's the winner. So, I think at that stage, we're gonna call this a done deal. Because we have a lot more to get through, so I want to make sure we can get as many done today as possible. So we're gonna talk about Golden Boys next. So we're on 2 of 5. I'm not hating on Sailor Moon, just saying. Okay. Good, good. So Golden Boy has a cool character as well. But you know, I don't draw a lot of animals. So this might be a little tricky for me. Don't make fun of my animals, guys, if I completely fail at this. So this is some new designs they're working on. And this is their kind of current design for the character. One of their friends, I think, drew this one. And there's some notes here that they have of like what they're looking for with the new redesign. So let's see what we can do. They also mentioned that they really like this that their friend did. So we might lean more into this since they're trying to get away from this anyway. We'll see. We might actually have like a fusion of these two. They also mentioned that the character does have glasses, so we might try to get the glasses back in here. Yeah, whoever the friend was is very, very talented. They're extremely skilled artist. Solomon is a harsh critic. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see what we can do then. I'm going to do a very similar design approach. We're going to go symmetrical, and then we're going to see what we can do. We're actually not going to go fully symmetrical. We're going to go symmetrical on the body, but the head, we're going to have it turned out to the side. Kind of similar to like our reference images here. So what I actually want to do is I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to drag it over here. You can clearly see. I'm going to hide one of them. Give me more space. All right. They have very big boots here, and then they have a very baggy pants here. So I think we're gonna go in that direction as well. I like the tall character in the original. Oh, the big tail. I'm reading that wrong. Sorry. The big tail in the original. Yeah. I like that too. I don't always start with the symmetry tool. I usually do it when I'm designing characters because it makes designing a lot faster. And then when I'm done with the design, I then turn off the symmetry tool and I might do like a 3/4 view or something. But when I'm trying to figure out like what a character should look like, yeah, I like to use the symmetry tool for that. We're doing 2 animal characters back to back. I just realized. That is funny. Okay. So what I'm noticing between these two is that this one, let me go to a new layer. This character here has a more contained figure, at least by what I can see. And this character here has a more like exaggerated female figure. So I wonder what direction we should lean in. This is probably more fun to do, so I'm leaning that direction. Okay, let's make something that exaggerates the feminine curves, like in this one. I think that'd be kind of a interesting twist. What I'm going to do is kind of want to really exaggerate a few things here. These arms might have to come in a bit more. Let them look more flowy. I wonder if I can play the head size at all. See how that looks. I think we can a little bit. Probably not too much. So there's different expressions here. Like this one's very wide-eyed and open. This one's half-eyed, and so she seems a little like... her personality seems very different in all three of these. So I'm not sure which one to go with. Baggy shorts. Okay. Why not? Let's see what's on the list. Star and tank top. Try shorts and long pants. Okay, shorts are on the list, so why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's give this a shot. We can actually... I'm gonna tone down the boots a little bit, now that we're not doing the pant. I'm just gonna do, let's say the feet are about here. Actually do like the baggy shorts direction too. You want to try a ponytail? Let's... Okay. Like one that is coming out from the back here, like that kind of ponytail? What are you thinking for the ponytail? This stage, I do want to start adding a bit more personality to this. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll duplicate it in case I want to go back. But I'm going to start posing this to be a little more interesting. I think the big shapes we decided what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna add the ponytail back in a second. Yeah, exactly. The pose is a bit more sassy. I'm using some of this as inspiration. Again, trying to like marry the two of these together. So like a little bit of this and a little bit of this. I want to maybe move some of this over. Hmm. So we do have some hair in the front here. Let's add this in really quickly. The eyes are keeping you out. These are all just placeholder. But this feels a little bit better. The soulless eyes. Alright, I think okay. And we'll get the tail back in, I think. I think this is gonna be the rough. What do you think else for this face? I think it's a good enough place for me to start with figuring out what's happening. So let's lower the opacity, let's make a new layer. Let's start to do another sketch on top of this. So right now we have ears that are pierced. I guess we're gonna add that to our sketch. Add some pierced ears. Any other details you want to add? There is a necklace. This arm is probably going to be more on the waist, and this should probably be up a little higher, maybe kind of like this. A high school bully now? It's probably the ponytail. Maybe add baggy socks or boots to make it look more casual. Baggy socks. I honestly think it's the ponytail, because I think even with the baggy socks, this might not fix that, but let's see. One's a t-shirt and this one just goes straight up like a tank top, I think. Are you still getting high school bully vibes? Let's try, I'll duplicate this again. Let's try another one without the ponytail. Adventure in the Amazon jungle? Okay. So I'm gonna try one other design here. Let me give this a shot, since I think it's closer to the original drawing. It's like an in-between of these. Right, we need the glasses. That is true. I want to do glasses on a new layer because it's gonna get really messy doing it on the same layer. But just so we don't forget, we should sketch something in. I think we're going for these round glasses. So we can just have these two guys here. So how are we feeling about this design, guys? Gotcha. Make the glasses their eyes. That could be interesting. Let me bring this back up then. And let me... What's the best way to do this? I guess hit the background color. I need a whole new folder for the glasses. Okay. Let's do it like this. Glasses. When am I making GTA 7? As soon as that Rockstar check hits my account, I'm right on it. Don't you worry. Okay, so I think with these changes, we're kind of narrowing in closer to a design you like. Make a 3D version of myself as a challenge? That'd be a fun challenge. I don't know 3D at all, so that would be cool to try out. But at the moment, I don't have the time for it, but that's a cool idea. I do like it. For the time being, I'm all in on 2D. All in on 2D. But you never know. So this is a very rough character, but I think we got the personality. She seems really kind of like a chill person. She seems pretty down to earth. I think we got away from that high school cheerleader bully vibe. I was gonna do a sketch over this, but I don't think we need to. Alright, so it looks like everyone's satisfied with this design. So we're gonna call this completed. Gonna hide the references. Okay. So now we're on our next one. 3 of 5. Oh, Solomon likes it. Okay, awesome. Perfect. So our next one is this one. So one more time, guys. What are you guys thinking? Should we do the left one or the right one? I guess Solomon can decide since it's his character. Which one, left or right? Slime says right. If there's no objections, we're gonna go right. Both of them are your babies. Flip a coin. All right, well, the leading vote is right, so we're gonna have to go right. That's so funny. Okay, let's do this guy. Same deal. We're gonna pull out the symmetry tool. I'm gonna try to go for another hour long, guys. We'll see what happens after that. Oh, this is your newest OC. That's cool. So he has very big hair. I'm gonna start including that right now. The main inspiration is Solazar from FNF versus Entity mod. I don't know it, but sounds interesting. Oh, he doesn't have a neck. Okay. Let's make sure we don't include one. So we're off to a good start. What I'm gonna do is actually raise the head up a little bit And he has a floating collar, I think, which is pretty cool. I do like him having very wide shoulders, so I think I'm going to keep that aspect here. Arms over. Okay. It's down here. So at this moment, I'm just sort of like feeling out shapes, trying to figure out what feels good here. I'm liking the feeling of having a wider upper body and broader shoulders, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Hey Nathan, thank you. Really appreciate it. Just want to stop by and say you like my stuff. Thank you so much. So we're just kind of sculpting these lines, try to get a silhouette that we're happy with, and trying to figure out what we want to exaggerate. Like having these two spikes here be the same, I'm not liking, so I'm going to try to exaggerate one of them down here. And I might add a tiny third spike right here. There does seem to be a spike at the top of his head, so I'm going to try to include that. Then we can start detailing inside a little bit. So what I'm going to do is a bit of fur. I'm going to make it asymmetrical. We're going to have it sticking out a little bit past the collar. It seems like the shirt is probably a V-neck. So let me put this back on. And then turn it back off. The hair makes you feel weird? What do you think is making you feel weird about it? Let's see if we can fix it. Gotcha. Okay. So we're more used to how you have it already. Let's tone it down a bit then. This any better? Oh, hey, Quentin. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad my line art tip helped. If you want to, you can post it in the Discord. There should be a link in the description to join in the Discord and just like post it in the chat wherever you can. I'm glad that tip worked out. Okay, so there's mustache and a chin hair I need to add to this. Gotcha. I wonder if we can move this up a little higher. So we need a lot more space. Oh, you memorized the hex code for the blue color? That's pretty cool. That's awesome. It does look like hair, huh? It's supposed to be scars. The thing about scars, especially this many, there's 4 scars that are parallel, that it looks like a pattern more than scars. So I wonder, let's see. Dylan's Quest, hey, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Okay, gotcha, Solomon. Okay. I think without color, it's gonna look a little bit like hair. So we're only using 2 tones at the moment. Giving him some massive boots here. But I think that fits. Oh, gotcha. It's a tall character with tall boots. So when I'm designing characters, I do like to start with a silhouette. Because as you can see, it's super fast to make changes. And so with people in the chat offering suggestions, this is like the fastest way that I can implement those changes. So that's why I'm doing it this way right now. But if I was just kind of sketching on my own, and I wasn't designing a character, but I was drawing a character that I already knew or already had a design that I didn't have to alter any kind of way, yeah, I would just draw it strictly from like any position I wanted to, any pose, any angle. So I don't always do silhouettes, but I do find silhouettes very handy for this stream. It's very fast to make changes. Yeah, sure thing. I can send it over to you. It'd be cool to see it colored, so definitely. This is kind of what we got going on. How do you feel about this render? Do you think it's gonna call done? Well, I guess not render, but sketch. This is what I got. Okay, so I think that's one more down. Our next submission is this guy. The V-neck. I guess you can change that up in your version. I could try to quickly fix that up, I think. Because it seemed like a V-neck to me, but maybe I'm looking at it wrong. So let's... close that a little bit. Okay. You're gonna have to take it from here, Solomon. Thank you, Slime. This is the designs we have so far. It's the first one, the second one, and this is the third one. So we're going on to this one next. Since I've been doing a lot of silhouette, let's let's be bold and not do a silhouette for this one. Let's go straight into it. Because I think I want to play off this pose, and I just want to have this character leaning over kind of like this. With his blaster. I'm going to keep that hand pose like this, like that. I want to do it pointed this way though. This might be a bit of an odd angle, but we'll see. I'm gonna draw these big eyes that he has here. And he's gonna be looking up like this, but also pretty angry. Like this. Hey, Swag! Thanks for dropping in. We're having a good stream. It's very chill. I had some technical issues at the beginning. They might have scared some people off, but we're just vibing. So I want to add a bit of perspective to this one. You know, this hand is not reading as clear as I want it to, because I want this hand gesture to read as clear as possible. So I think we're just gonna do it the same way. And we might have to move the hand over a little bit, like this. Oh, we had some tentacle tentacle issues. That would be a very that's a big problem. The stream canceled. Can't have one of those again. A tentacle issue. Could you imagine? Yeah, the beanie's cool. We gotta make the hands massive. They don't have arms, I'm realizing. So those aren't necessary. That line there. The squid decides whether I stream or not today. Today was in my favor. Oh, good catch. Thank you for reminding me, Solomon. Because I forgot I erased that. Good catch. So we're doing like a lot of line sculpting. Like I picture digital art kind of like clay or marble or something that we can manipulate very easily. So sometimes I just like throw down lines, and then after I have like the right kind of thickness or proportions or whatever, I then go back in and erase. So I'm constantly like adding lines and getting rid of lines, because I see it as just like adding a bunch of clay or rock or marble and then just sculpting away at it. It could be hard to draw like the lines I want, but it could be easier to erase the fill and just leave the lines remaining that I want. So I jump back and forth between like drawing lines and drawing fills. This is a fun cartoony art style that I think I can break. Well, let's see. I want to break past the head shape, and I think we can. But also, I think we can actually break past the eye, too. You know, wasn't sure if this was a robot or if it's like an ant, because it has antennas and also like one of those kind of like ant butts. I'm not sure what you call this. I know it's not like supposed to be like a butt. It might be an ant. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, I like it. And they seem to be like a manager of something. They have a name tag. The thorax, yeah. Thank you, Slime. I think that's right. I think the thorax. My lack of ant anatomy is showing. Sorry, guys. As you see, I'm drawing mostly zoomed out. I'm still focusing on the big picture here. I'm not worried too much about tiny details. like the tiny feet here, but he has such big feet over here. I think I might have to keep the feet tiny. I really do like it tiny. I've been drawing so many big feet today. Let's mix it up. This one has tiny feet. One seems a bit chunkier, so let me move this up a bit. Maybe that's too much now. I call that good enough for now. I do want to get on to the last one. Something I kind of want to do is put a bit of highlight. think I might as well add the shade to the jacket too. And maybe even the beanie. Just to help break out the shapes a little bit more from the main body. I guess the gloves too. Yeah. I would call that... Oh. I'm forgetting about the antenna. This will have to do for now. Okay. So the last one we have is actually a thumbnail for their itch page. And this is a really cool one. There's a lot going on here. And we're not going to be able to do all of this today. So what we might do is sort of handle the pose. We'll do a quick sketch of this. So let's see here. So we have these two anime characters here staring each other down, and then this cool like kind of diagonal composition. So let's mirror that. Let's have these two characters staring each other in the face, eye to eye. We're gonna need more space for this, or we can maybe shrink this down. So for this to make sense, what I might do is have them in the air. this over. Let's make the canvas bigger. We're out of space. Good. Smiling at each other pretty menacingly. Thanks for coming, Slime. Take care. Hello, I'm Head. How's it going? Oh, fixing your already broken game? It's okay. All great games start broken. Oh, thank you. I don't think I'm gonna finish this redraw, but I at least want to get the basic gesture down. Then we might end this stream there. Hey, Masca, I don't understand your accent. Sorry. But happy to have you here. Did I get feedback on this one? I can't tell people that don't understand their accent. Sorry, you're right. I apologize, Nazca. That's very offensive of me. That was very rude. I apologize. Yeah, so I didn't give too much feedback on this one because I think it's really good. The only thing that I can maybe think of is, let's see, what kind of feedback would I give? And we have to also keep in mind that this is a game jam, and they had to create a capsule image for this game jam within the limit. So there's a lot going on here that's right. But let's see if I can pick out a few things to talk about. Because what I like immediately, maybe I should start with what I like, and we can talk about what I would change afterwards. So what I like here is there is this really intense look between these two characters. It definitely gets a cool vibe of like a showdown. I like that you can tell what the character's elements are, like he's using magic, and this person is using swords, which is awesome. I think my main critique maybe might be a lack of dimension. There's a bit of inconsistencies with like how maybe like this hoodie is rendered, where you can clearly see that there is this 3D form, but then so much of the art still feels flat, where it's, I almost want to say there's like lighting inconsistencies. So how the hair is like lit from the top, but the shirt looks like it's lit from this direction. So maybe we can fix the lighting, but outside of like maintaining 3D forms and getting the lighting adjusted, I think this is really good. I like the energy in this piece a lot. Because I were to draw over this. I'm wondering where they feel the legs might sit and all this. How will this work? And like, I like the proportions, but it feels like it might not sit right if you look at the full body. Some of these proportions seem like they might be a little off. Because these arms seem very small. And it might be because they're trying to get the character to fit on the page to have everything kind of read. But I like the proportions because at first I was thinking like Beautiful Joe, like they have these really cool, exaggerated, chibi like proportions. But now that I'm trying to put the legs in here, I think that might not add up. That could be something I'm misunderstanding. Like, I want to figure out where these characters might be standing in space, because even though we can't see it, I want to believe the space as much as possible. And I'm having a hard time figuring out how these characters fit into space. Like, how does this leg find the ground in relation to this character? That's why I decided to put them in the air, because it solves this height discrepancy a lot easier. But yeah, I would say just make sure to ground your characters in 3D space, as well as everything else I talked about with like lighting and 3D forms. But this is great. Let's quickly add a face to this guy, and then we might There are a lot of guys just vibing whoever's left in here, but I think since most of you guys have sort of relaxed, I might just quickly add a little bit of magic to this and call it a stream. Oh, Unhead's back. Hey. It's been a fun stream. I think this is about as much as I want to do today. Hey guys, I think for me, a 24-hour stream win. You are funny. Maybe my next lifetime. I don't know if I can do a 24-hour stream. I'm like a 2-hour stream max kind of guy. I guess I did 2.5 hours today. So yeah, I think to quickly recap, here was our first redraw submission. Here was our second. Here was our third. Our fourth. And our fifth. We didn't go all the way with this one. I mostly just want to get the pose in. So I think we accomplished that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. 24-hour stream. I don't know, this will be fun to watch. My brain turns to like mashed potatoes after like 2 hours. I'm pretty spent right now, so I can't imagine 22 more hours of this. So thanks everyone for coming by. Hopefully this is fun. You learned maybe something. Maybe had your drawing in the stream. That would be awesome. If you guys want to learn game art from me, I am teaching it in my school community, so you can see at the bottom, school.com/gameart. That's my community where I'm teaching how to draw for indie games. I'm going to teach everything I know from absolute basics, so whether you can only draw stick figures or you're a bit more advanced, it's going to cover the entire spectrum. It is still very early on, so only join if you're willing to kind of wait for updates to come, and I'm updating every month, but there's still a lot more content to be covered, and I'm at the very, very early stages of creating the content for it. So that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.